Howdy. I'm at 11 Mile Canyon today, and this time instead of digital, I've got a film camera with me. So I've collected tons of film cameras over the past year or so. I've always loved them. Even before I shot on one before, I probably had 5 or 6 film cameras. Not all of them worked, but this one does right here. And I've never really taken a good photo with one before. I've shot on film probably for the past 6 months or so, I'd say. But, you know, there's just something different about it. It's a more raw form of photography that I'm not really I haven't learned, but I've had a goal to take a good film photo. And so for the next month or so, probably going to be longer than a month because I know myself. So this right here, it's not a super nice camera. It's a Nikon N8008. I picked this up at a thrift store. It seems to work fine. I guess we'll find out once I get everything developed and everything like that. But today, I didn't really want to shoot film because I'm out here at 11 Mile Canyon, and I want to shoot digital because that's just what I do. I like digital. I like the post-processing. I'm a graphic designer, so the post and the making every photo, even if it wasn't shot that well, the exposure was way too high, way too low. Because of my actual traditional training in graphic design, I can fix those things. So I feel like I kind of neglect my real photography, exposing it properly and everything like that. So my goal today, I'm trying to fix that through film. There's no posts I can do. All I can do is develop them and hope they turned out great. You know, I'm focusing on my compositions, on my exposures, on getting everything right and taking the proper amount of time to get it done. Usually when I shoot on film, I've been using a really analog camera, something like an old Minolta, stuff from the 80s, 70s, stuff like that. Today, I've got a 90s camera because I didn't really feel like going through all the motions of every single thing manual. I want to be able to just grab the camera, take the photos, not be held too much back, but I still want to shoot on film so that I do have those barriers and, you know, I can learn from that. So it's a super beautiful location where I'm at right now. There's some really, really pretty clouds and stuff like that. So I'm excited to see these photos once I process them and everything like that. Gotta be a little more patient since I'm not on digital right now. I think it's going to be so fun to see a new medium, learn. I'm hoping I get better at exposures and compositions after this, so that when I actually get back into digital, I'll have learned from this and I'll take better photos. So that's the goal, at least. I don't know. We'll see.
Oh, shoot. Well, I got a new camera. It was never new to me. Anyway, I have been looking for something like this for a while, ever since I found out about Leicas and the way that you can focus with just one little hand like this, real quick, and everything. They're kind of hard to find. I've noticed people don't, either they hang on to them or there weren't a lot produced. I'm not really sure, to be honest. I found this one. It didn't work when I first got it, though. So I did some tinkering. I had to kind of disassemble this whole front lens assembly and everything like that. But I got it to work, and I got a roll through it, and it really does work. I'm actually kind of happy with it. It's everything's advancing. Can hear it. It's a really quiet shutter since all of the shutter mechanism is in the lens itself. But anyway, I have been shooting with film now for around about a month. I actually got film photos back from the lab that I'm happy with for once. Before this, every film photo I've taken, I don't know, they've been cool to me, but they haven't been to the level of proficiency that I really like to have. You know, with my digital, I'm able to make it look however the heck I want. I love it. But with film, I've never been able to do that. One of the things I learned most about that really surprised me wasn't my skills behind the camera, actually. It was my ability to scan in the images properly. So I found the way that I am bringing my film negatives into a form that I can actually use to print them off or to post them to social media, Instagram and stuff like that, is I use a digital camera to do the scanning method that way. So it's a really common thing nowadays. Lots of people are doing it. That's really an art form in itself too, because I don't want to take the film negatives and turn it into a digital photo, do all the editing I'm used to doing, and kind of take all the true film nature out of it. I want to actually have film that looks like film, the way it was shot, printed as if it was just a usual, the old method of printing. I was hoping at the end of this, I would be sick of film. I would never want to touch it again because it's expensive. I didn't want to touch it. But now, after shooting for a month, it almost feels like cheating going back to digital. It's kind of a weird thing I didn't expect. Over the past month, when I've been shooting all this film, I used, I think, just 3 cameras. Now, I probably would have been wise to only use 1 camera so that I could learn the camera and understand it and not have all these variables when I'm already learning a completely brand new thing to me. But as I said before, I've always collected film cameras. I've got quite a few of them, and there's a few I hadn't shot with before. This felt like the perfect opportunity for me. Every time I wanted to go out and shoot with film, before when I was just taking the occasional roll, I didn't want to touch it because I wanted the analog feeling of film. You know, there's no thumb lever on here to advance the film or anything like that. It's press the button and it focuses for you. You hit the shutter and off you go. It's into the next frame. My photos through this Minolta, this Hymatic 7, I didn't like them. It was just harder to shoot with. I didn't think the glass was as good. It wasn't sharp. I didn't find the focus to be accurate. You know, with a rangefinder, you're dealing with a separate viewfinder than you are seeing through the lens. It's not like an SLR where the focus is the focus. You know it's going to be right. There's one more camera I didn't really get to use too much. It's this right here. I've got a Konica Autoflex TC. Now, I've used this one the most out of anything. I love how this thing sounds, and it's really pretty small too. I mean, when you look at it compared to this, it's got a smaller form factor to it, which I really liked because when I've shot with this before, I've mostly had it in my bag as kind of an extra camera with my digital. So all the photos I really cared about, I was taking on digital. But then when I was just walking around town, I wasn't really focusing on photography as my main priority. I was just enjoying the town, but I wanted to have a camera with me. That's what I had this for. So it works great for that, but the meter's broken in it, which kind of caused some issues. And it's just sort of clunky being right here trying to take photos, and you also have to get your phone out to use a meter since it's broken in here, and I just really didn't like it. So I've been using this one less just because I found the meter in this Hymatic works, the meter in this Nikon works fantastic. As much as it's fun to shoot with the mechanical feeling of this and listen to that shutter, I won't get photos. So in the future, I might keep looking around for, you know, my perfect camera. But I'm liking this Nikon right here. Something about closer to the modern end of film piques my interest a lot. As I was expecting and kind of preparing myself for, I definitely missed shots. Now, these first shots that you can see, they didn't work because this glass it's from the 90s. It doesn't have some of the tech that we have now. I don't have any filters for these cameras. So I missed some shots that I was actually in the moment thinking were going to be really cool. But because of the sun rays and everything like that, it just took over the entire photo. So those photos are completely gone for me. And that was the thing I worried about. One, you can't just retake the photo after you see it and you find out something went wrong with it. I guess when I thought I was going to miss shots, I thought it was going to be because the camera slowed me down, not because there were things like sun rays that I never would have thought about. My main biggest takeaways from this are, one, I think I actually am going to get over my little hipster self that wants to use an old camera, that wants to have the thumb lever, that wants to hear the sounds. There's nothing wrong with shooting on a newer camera to still get the film photos. In the end, that's what I'm there for, is I want to get good photos. I want to enjoy doing it. And by using a newer camera that I'm not frustrated over, that I'm not sitting there fiddling with all the things, and I can just take my photo and focus on the art of it, I felt like I could get so much better of an experience through and through, beginning of the process to the end of the process. The last thing that I really learned, and it's the thing I really expected to learn the most, was taking time with your photos brings out more photos that you'll like. So with digital, it's so easy to just snap one off, move on to the next, snap it off. I definitely did learn some patience through this process, which is something I'll bring into my digital photography, and I think that's really going to help me. I'll probably move a little faster still with digital because it's still true. I can move those sliders later on, and I'd rather get the shot than miss it because I'm trying to take all my time to get the most perfect exposure when that's not exactly necessary. Coming out of this, there's a few shots that I'm actually pretty happy with. This first one, I was in a town called Manitou near Colorado Springs. I really like the truck that's in front of this shot. There's something just cool about the motion of it while everything behind it is static. And there's a few shots I took around there. I like this old red bus that's in here. Just kind of went around. This was one of the first rolls I shot in the beginning of this whole process of shooting for a month. But I really liked those photos. I think they have a cool filmic look to them. And I did kind of try to keep everything almost era specific if possible. So when I was taking photos of this old motel, I wanted to wait while this whole busy street was coming by. I waited for cars that were period correct so that I could make it all look almost as if I didn't tell you when this photo was taken, you wouldn't know. So one morning, I also had an opportunity to take this camera out to some more outdoor stuff. Got some rocks in there. These photos, they came out a little flat to me. And I think that's partially because of the lighting conditions, but also it has something to do with the sort of cheap glass that's on this camera. The stuff that I really liked was when I was in 11 Mile. The stuff in there, it didn't matter what camera I had, to be honest. It was picturesque. It was majestic. There was water running through it. There was light hitting some of the rocks right in the very background. I really like those photos. Those are some of my first film photos that I've really appreciated and liked and thought, hey, maybe I'll print one of these, especially the horizontal one where the water's coming through. You can see the rock on this side. You can see some rocks over on this side. There's a lot of depth to it. That one's definitely getting framed and printed. In the end, it was a really fun month of something new, something I haven't done. Either way, I enjoyed it a lot. I'm probably going to shoot some more film, but thanks for watching up to this point, and I will see you in the next one.